Okay, I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. I will never let my little sister live in the unsafe bubble of online content where hate speech get thrown at her just because she suck at playing Mobile Legends, etc., etc. Therefore, this is what we're going to aim under the government side of the house. Two framings under our side. First, children should not given any easy access to involve in anything regarding commercialization activity. Two layers. A. Children can never be an instrument of raking profits in the first place because that's not what they are really wanting. Even if it's under their interest, children should not by any means be an instrument of wrecking the capital out of something, let alone be an online thing. And second, even if parental control is involved and strictly regulated, children will perceive the hobbies irrelevant to their age, whether or not it is profitable, rather than pure enjoy and interest towards the hobbies, etc., etc. And second framing, considering the social media in the status quo, in which sometimes consists of restricted content, will never be an ideal place for the children to monetize their content to begin with, given three characteristics. First, toxic language in competitive game, which has actually been a thing and inserted into our algorithm because it seems fun to certain audience. And second, the unfiltered content that is not actually proper for the kids to consume. And third, the age gap in digital interaction, which means that our kids are not actually that safe in online. And second layer, under the second framing, the existence of kids only platform is not really that ideal. Like for example, even the YouTube kids exist, brain rots are actually fully contaminating the content rather than educative one. Or like for example, in games we have Roblox, which is actually infiltrated by adult audience, making it harder for the kids that has the purest intention to play and keep their childhood unbothered in social media and competitive game. And see, even if we created the perfect utopia for children online, making profits out of it is still considered immoral in the first place, which will be catered into my first argument. But let's characterize the kids. What are kids actually interested to? Kids are interested into two things. First, they want to play, and second, they want to learn. Once money involved, we're actually stripping away the joy for engagement. We're stripping away the fun for views, which is indirectly burdening them because kids have fragile characteristic. And given the situation where online game being toxic, or as simple as the content doesn't make enough views for the money to liquidate, this is which eventually will force children to feel guilt because the harsh competition already exists in the status quo, which means the opposition should prove 3 points. First, why risking the children's safety online is ideal for the sake of capitalize the online income, and second, how social economic class can be better within their proposal, and third, why capitalizing children interest is actually allowed. Our goal is pretty simple. We want to ban and hardly restrict any access of monetization for users under parental supervisions. Two arguments under the government side of the house. First, under the umbrella of the moral itself, and second will be the better alternative. First, moral move. Three options. First, their proposal will this incentivize children to study real time and enjoy what it's like playing on the playground and outside. Two effects. First, this will actually strip their times and parents will be incentivized to allocate their focus where they are actually should go play on the playground. Instead, they are now making content and go into competitive gaming for the sake of raking profit and capital out of it. And second, this will actually centralize the hobbies to be more chronically online, and children will actually be pulled out forcefully and fed them that something online is more fun than what it's like outside. And this is actually immoral in the first place because we don't have the urgent to push these kids to get that access. And second layer is this will eventually create an illusion and trap the lower socioeconomic class family in which only benefits those who privilege. Like for example, parents buying more equipment for content because they are perceiving this as some sort of investment. They seeing this as some sort of like model for their children to grow up, uh, ignoring the harsh reality and the harsh competition for the content creator and the competitive gaming itself. And second, this will actually affect the how it will at extreme cases we will let kids play R-rated games since it's popular within the algorithm and actually can make us getting more money. We don't want that. It is actually immoral. This means into two things. First, not only the kids but the parents' perception is shifted into imaginary shortcut to success by giving them a chance to instrumentalize their kids as a part of passive income actor. And second of all, the opposition by any means cannot put moral aside as it is directly linked to how the beneficiary chain won't fly that easy under their side unless they can battle under the moral argue. Second argument, how the better alternative exists under the government side of the house. Well, let's see. Kids love playing and learn, so we can simply say that we should give them the real-time platform, which is actually already exists. Like for example, if you kids really like dressing up and really into beautiful content, then draft them to the beauty pageant. If your kids really like competitive game, teach them how to do chess and or do traditional games. There are Independence Day event every 17th of August in Indonesia. Or if you want your kids who are into culinary, you can teach them as a parents cooking. Teach them simple yet fun baking technique, and that's actually exists under our alternative. But not only that, we're going to push that the alternatives are better under our side. We're going to provide you the methods itself. Two steps. First, the social voluntary activity. Like for example, involve your children in giving free meals. Like for example, after Juma prayers, or help elderly in needs, or simply contributing to recycling bank, which will actually benefit them in three ways. First, this is actually introductory to real and effective act. Second, that not everything is about capitalizing and profit raking. Therefore, it is not going to be stressful about in the kids. And third, it's the safer bubble to develop because this is actually can be supervised by the parents itself compared to the online bubble. And second step, let's say that we're both agree that we want to make a capital out of our children interests. We can say that we should the accessible small business, it is actually more relevant to the parents and the kids itself. Because why? It is the advancement from the first step, and second of all, like for example, you can sell cookies to help your parents or for gaining extra money, or you can teach them how to make the handmade crafts like for better creativity and also cater to the agency of the interest of the kid. Why is this better? 4 points. First, the profit can be projected realistically rather than in online where everything is at the market cap to be liquidated. Second, it has better social interaction because you know who are your kids engaging with. And third, it can be accessed and easily helped by the parents, which means there are no social gap actually that harsh to exist. And fourth, even if by profit it is small, at least under our side we have better synergy between parents and kid. Treated as kid rather than a worker cannot be achieved under the opposition side. And second, you have better development of understanding the real life situation to the kids. Therefore, we're proudly to propose.